presents America's #1 country music program, The Porter Wagoner Show. And here they are, the biggest stars in country music. Porter Wagoner, Spec Rose, Mac McGahey, the band, special guest star, and this week's special guest, the Mighty High. And now here's Porter. Thank you.
Far away on yonder hill, old blues a barking. At a coon, I guess he chased all night. And it's just about 2 hours before the dawning. And Jacob's cabin doesn't show a light. In the ruffle of the leaves beside my pathway, a small animal appears, black and white. And as I run for life toward Jacob's cabin, the polecat right behind me, smelling up the countryside. I hollered, wake up, Jacob, stir up a light. Did you ever see a man in a polecat fight? Turn on the light, let me in. Wake up, Jacob, let me in. All right, Michael. There. Right. Well, the polecat looked at me with his tail held high. As frantically I beat on Jacob's door. Then what a welcome sound to my nervous ear, as I heard Jacob's big feet hit the floor. As I waited there for Jacob to unlock the door, the polecat's perfume filled the morning air, and the odor was so strong that my eyes burned. And as the smell began to curl my hair, I hollered, wake up, Jacob, stir up a light. You ever see a man in a polecat fight? Turn on the light, let me in. Wake up, Jacob, let me in. Wake up, Jacob, stir up a light. You ever see a man in a polecat fight? Turn on the light, let me in. Wake up, Jacob, let me in. Thank you. Thank you so much, and a great big welcome to our show today. This is sort of a special day for me because I've invited some of my real great friends and musicians that are in a group that is a fantastic rock group. They play really fine music, and it's a little different style for our show, but I wanted to ask them to come on, and I know you folks that are fans of mine will enjoy them. Let's make them welcome, if you will, please now, a great group called the Mighty High. How about it?
I'm sitting in this New York City hotel room alone and wishing I was somewhere else or on my way back home. In Nashville, Tennessee, I know that's where I do belong, 'cause I don't know no New York City song. When I open up my mouth, and they don't treat the ladies here the way we do down south. And I thought I could make it here, but I can't get along, 'cause I don't know no New York City song. Lord, I'd like to tell you just how much I wanna live, 'cause in my mind that southbound song is coming on strong, you see. New York City ain't no place where country boys should be. Lord knows New York City ain't no place for me. Today I walked the New York City Avenue downtown. I've never seen so many people hurrying around. And when I smile, they look at me as if to say that smiling's wrong. Lord knows I don't know no New York City song. I'm sitting in this New York City hotel room alone and wishing I was somewhere else or on my way back home. In Nashville, Tennessee, I know that's where I do belong. 'Cause I don't know no New York City song. Thank you a lot.
Welcome back to our show, and I've come down in our beautiful audience here today. And as always, we always have great friends come by our show. We're delighted to have you all with us, and I want to find out where a few of them are from. Would you all stand up, turn around this way where they can get a good picture of you back here? Where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. All right, we're delighted to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Y'all can be seated. And would you all stand up and turn around this way where they can get a nice picture of you? And where are you from?
Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
All right. Delighted to have you all here. Thank you for coming. And we have some folks back here. Would you mind standing up, both of you, and just turn around that way where they can see you? Where are you from?
Minneapolis, Kansas.
Minneapolis, not Minnesota, but Kansas. Thank you. You know, it's amazing, like every time that I've come down to the audience and talked to like 3 or 4 different groups, you find them from different states sitting side by side enjoying country music, and I think that's super. Thank you all very much. We're delighted to have you here with us. Thank you. Good to see all of you. Right now it's time on our show that we're going to do some, today they're going to do a number for you, Mac and Fred, and just feature the banjo and the fiddle, and where it'll sound sort of old-timey like it used to be done. And it goes like this. Let her go, boys. Thank you, Fred. Mac, great job. I want to do a song with this fantastic band here. These guys recorded this particular song with me, and it's I think one of the best records I put out in a long time. The Mighty High Group, and we'll try it out for you now. It's called I Want to Walk You Home. I want to walk you home in the moonlight. Oh, what a night. The moonbow that you wear in your hair lights up the night for the love that we share in our hearts. It's good to be with you on a mountain so high in the wild, wild world. Sit beside the waterfall and the fern, the lake of sweet silence to never return, no, no more. I want to walk you home in the moonlight. Oh, what a night. The words that we speak will never be heard. They'll never be whispered or written in words or in rhyme. All right. Welcome back to our show, and it's time now to check in on the telephone. See what's happening with Speck and Sadie. Here you.
Hello. Hello, Sadie. Yeah, this is me. I won't get to come by and pick you up for a while. No, I've been out with the kids this afternoon, little Julius and Tommy Westbrook. Yeah, they've opened them up a lemonade stand out on the streets in front of the house. Yeah, they're selling lemonade to customers, try to make them a little money. And this morning about 9:30, I come walking down the street, and I was their first customer. And out on the sidewalk in front of their house, honey, they had this orange crate sitting out there with 2 pitchers of lemonade on it. And in front of one of the pitchers, they had a sign that read, "Lemonade, 5 cents a glass." And in front of the other pitcher, they had a sign saying lemonade, 10 cents a glass. So, you know me, always trying to save a dime, I walked up there and said, "Boys, give me a glass full of that there 5-cent lemonade." So they poured me out a big glass of it, and I drunk it. It tastes pretty good. I said, "Pretty good, give me another glass of that nickel lemonade." So they filled her up again. I drunk about half of it, and I looked at them, I said, "Hey," I said, "how do you guys expect to sell that lemonade over there for a dime a glass when you're selling this good a lemonade for a nickel a glass?" Julius looked up at me with that sheepish grin. He says, "Well, it's just the way, Uncle Speck. A while ago, the cat fell in that pitcher, and we're selling it off first." They're a sight if I ever saw it. I was in something. The other day, I saw them down in front of the drugstore, and they were sitting out on the curb, and they were just crying like their little hearts would break. Yeah, they was I thought they'd lost their money and couldn't get any ice cream or anything. So I walked over to them. I said, "Boys, what are y'all crying about?" They said, "Well, Uncle Speck, we're crying because we can't do what the big boys do." So I sat down and cried with them. Yeah, well, I'll be by and get you in a few minutes. I'm getting hungry. Okay, good night.
Thank you, Speck. Speck, you're something else, man. That's great. I want to do a gospel song for you now, and as I think I mentioned before on our show, I have a new gospel album out that has 20 of my favorite gospel songs in it. And they're old-timey songs that I've sort of did a new arrangement on them, put a little different beat to them, and sort of updated them to where they'd sound like today's music, and recorded them. And I hope you'll enjoy it. The album, this one here is called City on the Hill. Of Mount Zion is a city, and the earth with its glory it does fill. And I look upon its beauty in the morning when I reach that city on the hill. Oh, that city my Savior calls me, trying daily to perform his will. Then he'll say unto me, well done up yonder, when I reach that city on the hill. Oh, that city on Mount Zion, though a pilgrim, yet I love thee still. I'll not leave thee through the ages, when I reach that city on the hill. When I reach that city on the hill. Thank you and welcome back to our show. You know, I've had a lot of guests on my television shows over the years, but I must say I'm probably more proud of these guys than anybody I've met in the music business in a long time, because they're really hard-working, great guys, and they're fantastic. And I wanted to introduce each one of them individual to you because they mean a lot to my life and to my music, and that's the Mighty High Group. Starting off with guy over here that comes from up Missouri, Mike Lawler. He's the keyboard man, and he's super great. Mike, glad to have you. Next, one of the finest singers that ever was, and just the most talented man in the world, and his name is Johnny Cobb. John, great to have you on the show. Next, the little drummer that once in a while I get to take him out on the road if he's not busy to work on my shows, because he's a super drummer, and his name's R.E. Hardaway. Next, the guy that plays the bass fiddle, and I must say he's super great at it too, and his name is Sid Johnston. Sid, man, welcome to the show. Next, one of the greatest guitar players and the most different guitar player, man, he plays out of sight on it, and his name is Jerry McCoy. Jerry, welcome, man. And like I say, these guys are they're great friends of mine, plus being super great musicians. And what are y'all gonna do now, John? Storm My Soul. This is a number from their album. Make them welcome again. The Mighty High. All right.
There's a storm in my soul, I can feel it in my heart. I'm losing control, I'm losing my hold, and the rains are about to start. I hear the wind in the trees, see the lightning in the sky, but now I feel you don't love me, and the rain, it doesn't tell me why. No. Baby, can you hear the thunder of my heartbeat next to yours? Can't you see I'm going under as the rain just
that's great. Thank you. Thank you all very much, Steve. I tell you, y'all amaze me. I've been to several rehearsals with the band, and they just out of sight. Terry McMillan, I want to get him to come out here. Terry, son, I want to get you to sit in with him here, and we're going to do some instrumental work and give you a chance to see these guys, because we got a little bit of time left, and the boys wrote this tune. I think Mike and all of them sort of worked it up. It's called Funky Fantasia. Listen, I think you like it.
Wagoner Show was produced in Opryland, USA. Promotional fee paid by and promotional consideration furnished by Opryland, USA.
That's all of our time. We'll see you next week, same time. Until then, thanks a lot for being with us. So long, everybody. So long, Harold Hensley.
This has been the Porter Wagoner Show. 30 minutes of country music and fun coming to you from Opryland, USA here in Nashville, Tennessee. Harold Hensley saying so long, and we'll see you again next week right here.